Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are enjoying good health. I'm Sidra Khurshid, and this video I will give you a brief introduction of organic compounds. Now let's start. Chemical compounds are basically classified as organic and inorganic compounds. And now, what are chemical compounds? They are the substances formed from two or more elements chemically united in fixed proportion. For example, water, H2O, it has the composition as H2O, and everywhere in the world it has the same composition, so it is a chemical compound. Focusing over organic compounds, organic chemistry is the branch that deals with organic compounds. What are organic compounds? These are hydrocarbons and their derivatives. Hydrocarbons have carbon and hydrogen in their structures, whereas hydrocarbon derivatives have other elements as well in addition to carbon and hydrogen. Let's take an example. Here you see that we have two different compounds. One is CH4 and it is hydrocarbon. Why? Because it is made of carbon and hydrogen. And CHCl3, that is chloroform, and it is a hydrocarbon derivative that in addition to carbon and hydrogen it has chlorine as well. So both these are called as organic compounds. Now coming to our sources, hydrocarbons or organic compounds are collected from fossil remains, living organisms, and these are also synthesized in the laboratory. From fossil remains, we get organic compounds from coal, petroleum, and natural gas. We can get organic compounds from plants, animals, microorganisms, and we can prepare them in a laboratory via partial synthesis and total synthesis. Partial synthesis means the starting material is from the natural source, whereas in total synthesis, natural source is not considered. It is a flow chart that shows how organic compounds are collected from coal. Destructive distillation of coal has been carried out, and we get different fractions of coals, and after the fractional distillation procedures, we get different organic compounds. Destructive distillation is basically the heating of compound at high temperature and in the absence of air, whereas fractional distillation is the separation of compounds on the basis of boiling point. Characteristics of organic compounds contains carbon as an essential element. All organic compounds must have carbon in them. They are combustible, have low melting and boiling points. They are volatile and have solubility in organic solvents like alcohols, ethers. They are poor conductors of electricity and have slow rate of reaction. Uses contains, they have the large use in food, clothing, shelters, all of them contain organic compounds, power and transportation, pharmaceuticals, etc. Allotropy, it is basically an existence of elements in more than one crystalline form. So one element exists in more than one crystalline form. Like carbon has three allotropes named as diamond, graphite, and buckyballs. Here you see that all of three are made up of carbons, but the only difference is that they have different arrangement. Here, carbon atoms are arranged tetrahedrally here in their structure, and here in a football-like form. Functional group, this term is very important for an organic chemist. It is basically an atom group of atoms or multiple bonds imparting characteristic properties to the compounds. For example, alcohol here. The functional group of alcohols is OH, and this R shows the alkyl group, any alkyl group that is attached to OH. And all the compounds that have OH in the structure are named as alcohols, and they impart or they have the specific properties of related to alcohols. And the importance of functional group is that it is the basis of nomenclature. Naming of compounds take help from functional group. It classifies the compounds into families. It is a site of chemical reaction. Chemical reaction starts from the functional group. This is very important that in proposing the mechanism of of any reaction, you people must recognize the functional group first. These are some functional groups that must be memorized, like alkanes have double bond, alkynes triple bond, alcohols OH, haloalkanes X, etc. And here, in a instead of this C, you can write R that shows the alkyl group, any alkyl group, for your convenience. And these functional groups must be memorized. Homologous series, it is another term that is related to compounds. and it is a series of compounds in which adjacent members differs by CH2 unit. They have different CH2 units. They have some properties. Every member of homologous series can be represented by a common formula. They have different CH2 units. They are prepared from one common method and they have same chemical properties because they have same functional group. They have same chemical properties. Why? Because they have the same functional group. Physical properties may change. That's an example here. It is the alcohols. All of them have OH group that shows that they are the alcohols, and this chain length is considered as alkyl group. Here we see that all of them are different from CH2 units. Here there is no CH2 unit. Here it is 1, here 2, and here 3. So these are the homologues of each other, and this is the homologous series of alcohols. They have same common formula like this. They have different CH2 units as shown here. They all are prepared from same common method, and they have same chemical properties because they have same functional groups. Their physical properties like boiling point changes. Why? Because chain length increases. Here you see that it has one carbon atom, here there are two, here they have three carbon atoms, and here there are four carbon atoms. So as chain length increases, molecular mass increases, and when molecular mass increases, boiling point increases. That's all about organic compounds. Thank you and have a blessed life. Allah Hafiz.